The Bill and Kelly Show is recorded at Studio A at Executive Suite Squared in beautiful Hammond, Indiana. Now, here's Bill and Kelly.
Everybody, welcome to the Bill and Kelly Show, and today we are super excited because we have the amazingly beautiful Jill Schlueter-Kim, who is with Girls on the Run of Northwest Indiana, and she's here to talk a little bit about Girls on the Run and about their upcoming LunaFest. So, How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great.
Thanks for having me again.
We love
it. Fun to be with you.
Yeah. We're kind of excited for this virtualization of the LunaFest.
Yes. And I jokingly, every time we talk about it on the morning show, and I'm like, and all the films are rated E for equal.
I know. Isn't that great? I love that tagline.
Like, she was sounding like that. Remember the dial-up movie thing that said,
oh yeah, the like movie phone?
Yeah, movie
right.
phone, yeah.
That's me.
We're going to have Kelly phone.
So tell us about this year's LunaFest and how it's different, obviously, from all the past ones.
Yeah. So we've been doing LunaFest, I think it's like 7 years now. We've been doing it for a while. And usually we gather together and watch the films together. But this year, the company that puts them all together, which is the Luna Bar and Cliff Bar Company, they restructured it so that everyone who usually does it in person could do it virtually really easily. So they've made it very easy for us. And lots of organizations across the country have been doing it. We've checked out a few and, just to get a preview and see how they did it. So we're really excited about the films are amazing. They're so good. And what will happen is once you sign up, next Thursday is when we're doing it. So on Thursday morning, we'll send everyone a link to see the films, and you'll have 24 hours to watch them.
Okay.
And then at 7 o'clock that night, we're going to do kind of a live, Facebook Live. No, how are we going to do it? Yeah, on Zoom, actually. We're going to do it on Zoom because it's only the people that, bought a ticket. And we're just going to do a little virtual cocktail party, have a little chat about the films, and finish up our silent auction. So our silent auction kicked off today, and I'll send you guys the link to it. There's some really fun stuff in there.
Because Kelly will probably buy everything you have.
No, well,
that's great.
I can't afford it, but I'll definitely everything.
You can bid on it. There is an option you can bid. And you'll get a text when someone outbids you, so you can go back in and keep an eye on your stuff easier than when you're just wandering around a big room. And there's also an option to just buy, if you really want it, just buy it.
Okay.
So that's kind of nice too.
Yeah.
So that goes live today, and then we'll wrap that up during our live event on Zoom.
Nice. And it's next Thursday?
Next Thursday. Mm-hmm.
Thursday. And so you get the link, you just click on, you've got all this time, and then at 7 o'clock, just get your cocktail, put on your pretty dress, and
that's right.
Click into Zoom with everybody else.
Right.
To put on a pretty dress.
Yes, Bill, you have to put on a pretty dress too.
Sorry, Bill. Yes.
Our next guest, because she sends people
that's true.
Color dresses to wear. Yeah.
Oh.
We send you a pretty one.
Yeah.
The nice thing about it is if you don't want to wear a dress, you don't have to.
That's
you can wear whatever you want.
Safe. I'm in a safe place.
You're in a safe place.
Everyone's in a safe place, quite honestly, if I don't have to wear a dress.
Everybody else is going to be breathing a big sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Right.
So
the films.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to tell you, the films are really geared towards like teenager and up. So 13, 14 and up. They're not really aimed at kids. Just because there's just more mature themes. It's not like violent or sexual or anything. It's just more adult topics of conversation. Some of them are very touching. You know, I cried at a few of them. Inspiring, funny. They're, you know, just you're going to go through every emotion during these films, as usual. You guys have seen the films before, haven't you?
Some of
Have you
them,
been to
yes.
LunaFest?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they're awesome. Again, they just always find such amazing films. So a foreign language film, an animated film. Yeah, some of them are like more real life, and most of them are fiction. So just great stuff.
So, how long are the films? I mean, in as a whole, all of them together?
It's 90 minutes.
90 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And that starts at 7 is the cocktail hour, or
7 is the cocktail party, and then you have 24 hours to watch the films. So we're not going to watch them all together, which is a lot more fun, but just a little more challenging with technology. We're trying to avoid too much potential for technology glitches. So trying to keep it simple. And so then you can watch them, you know, whenever you're ready, if it's during the day or after the cocktail hour, whatever is convenient for you.
Now, how much is it to sign up for the LunaFest?
So it is a fundraiser, so we are charging $20 for a ticket, and that's, you know, I think it's pretty cheap. I mean, if you've got 2 people living in your house, so that's 2 people that can watch it with you. One of our board members is hosting some friends. They're going to set up a screen outside her house, and I'll come over and watch it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can get creative and do some fun things with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy, this is neat. But yeah, I just want to remind people this is well, one of your main fundraisers. There's this and your soiree
Yes,
that we
the
enjoyed
sneaker
immensely,
soiree.
by the way.
Yes.
And so I just want to remind people this is really your income, that you rely a lot on this to keep your
Yeah.
program
Fun, all
going.
the kids, yeah.
Yeah, we had to cancel our soiree. It's tentatively scheduled for next April. You know, fingers crossed on that. We had to finish our season after just 2 weeks, our spring season, and refund quite a bit of money. We had to cancel our 5K. We ended up transitioning to virtual. So yeah, we're definitely, COVID has impacted us quite a bit. We plan on having a fall season. We've got a few different ways of delivering our fall curriculum. We do have the option of in-person if that's possible. Another option is doing it virtually. So Girls in Run International has developed like a curriculum that mirrors our curriculum that we'll be using, that coaches can use to do a virtual lesson with the girls. And then our third option is a home-based option. So typically our sites are at schools or YMCAs, things like that. But we do have an option that a parent can host a site at their home and include girls from the neighborhood or the community. So that's a new option for us, and one that I think has some potential, because I believe that more and more people will be looking at that home schooling option this fall.
Yep. Question for you, because I know quite a few of your programs are based in schools.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a feel yet for how many of those schools are going to be opening up and actually having physical classes, or?
Yeah, well, we heard from Lake County schools all committed to opening at this point in person. I believe from what I've heard, most of them are giving an e-learning option for that. But then I did see that like Portage Community Schools are going to be all e-learning in the fall. Yeah. So at this point, I don't know that there's a really consistent solution to it. So that's why we have kind of a real kind of fluid model for what we're doing. Oh, yes. A site could even start in person.
You know,
what'd you say, Callie?
I was saying, it seems like things change every week with
for sure
everything. So you really can't look too close to the future for things.
So we're kind of ready for whatever comes. If sites can start in person, well, fall is, the weather's great, so we meet outdoors. We won't be meeting indoors at all.
I was just going to ask, but your plans are
Right.
the open sites. All right.
Right. But then if they can meet a few weeks outside, then they can transition to a virtual.
Right. Now, for those silly people watching who have no idea what Girls on the Run is, can you, it was just a really,
What?
I know,
What?
exactly. But could you give a little quick overview of what exactly Girls on the Run does?
And as
Sure.
up from underneath the rock, they can hear this.
Yes.
I know it seems like everyone knows, but they don't. Girls on the Run, it's an after-school program for girls in 3rd through 8th grade. And our mission is to inspire girls to be joyful, healthy, and confident. And we do that using a curriculum that integrates running. So the girls meet for typically 10 weeks, although this fall it will be an 8-week season. So we can, since we will be outside exclusively, we want to make sure we can squeeze that season in before the weather turns. And the girls meet with coaches that are trained, not in running, but trained in creating a positive, inclusive environment for girls where they can feel safe to be their authentic selves and learn about like mastering skills and being a good friend and how to communicate your emotions. And we know that, right now kids are really, really going through a challenging time, and they're needing help with social emotional learning issues now more than ever. They're lonely, they're isolated, they need to get out and exercise, they need connections with other girls, they need connections with other adult mentors. So even though it's hard to do it right now, we know it's so important to do it.
Yeah, and it's scary. I can't even imagine being a kid and not having thought processes where you can really think things
right.
Get reacclimated to meeting your friends in person.
Yeah.
That's already happened in some cases, but in a lot of cases has not.
Yeah.
So it's got to be
Right.
a pretty shocking experience because they're Snapchatting and all of a sudden, boom, they're
Facebooky thing.
Yeah.
I just learned today that the ACEs, which is Adverse Childhood Experiences list, that you can use to kind of assess some major like health issues for folks. It includes things like divorce and loss, living in poverty, things like that as a kid. It's a way to determine like risk factors for mental health and physical health issues as an adult. And it's like a checklist. So as an adult, you can kind of look at that checklist and see, I had a lot of challenges as a kid. And we look at kids now and we are trying to address those issues more. And that's part of what we do in Girls on the Run. And they just actually added living through COVID as a child to that checklist, which is pretty heartbreaking to me. So there's going to be some long-term repercussions of kids going through this experience, and the sooner we can help them navigate those emotions involved with that, the better.
Right, the better for everyone.
So,
this is true. Boy,
such an important program.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want to be too serious. It's fun, but just talking about letting your emotions out in a healthy way instead of keeping them stuffed inside. What a great skill to learn when you're 8.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And talk about how sad you're feeling that you can't see your friends, or how scary it is to see how, people getting sick and dying from this. So that's the kind of stuff we do work on with them.
Right. But it's all positive and uplifting, and that's what
for sure. Yeah. For sure. It's also silly and fun.
Sure.
And
that's the best.
That's man, this well, we've all had to learn to keep going throughout this time, and I tell you, and every organization we've worked with has had challenges, but boy, howdy, you all have gotten through and kept chugging away and looking for alternate ways of keeping your organizations great and going and doing wonderful things for the community. So, and that's one thing that we've always identified Girls on the Run as an amazing organization that mentors the middle school girls, because I had two of them, and boy, and one of them was actually ended up being a Girls on the Run mentor.
Yay.
Chicago, yeah, and she actually is thinking about getting involved again, and yeah, it's a great organization,
Great
and
organization, yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Sign up for this. Where do we go to sign up and get ready for LunaFest?
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook, Girls on the Run of Northwest Indiana. There's over 200 Girls on the Run councils, so make sure you find us. And also our website, which is GOTROFNWI, which is Girls on the Run of Northwest Indiana. Our links are on there as well for our events, including our silent auction. And the silent auction, I should say, it's separate from LunaFest. So if you don't want to see the films, but you still want to do the auction, you're more than welcome to bid on things, even if you can't sign up for the films.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yay.
What I'm
like
going to
good
do as soon
times.
as we're done here.
Sign
Sign up for some films and
we
start
aren't even giving people a
shopping.
chance that you're going to be bidding on things
That's okay.
tomorrow
That's okay.
night, and
Challenge
they'll all be gone.
accepted.
So we'll be talking about all these wonderful things and gone.
I actually have to go back in and add an Albany's chocolate basket, so you
Oh,
might want to wait a couple minutes on that.
Yeah, I think so.
oh man.
Chocolate.
Oh, gosh, that sounds good.
Then I'll have
Yeah,
to go on the run for sure.
I know.
Oh man.
We all need a little comfort food right now, so that's all right.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Well, this sounds great. So let's review it again. Goes on the 23rd, starts at 7, cocktail hour. And after that, it's basically on demand. They can watch these films anytime they want.
Right.
But as far as the online auction, they can
That
start
started today.
Yep, start today. Yep.
And
Yeah, and then also a reminder, if we are planning on having a fall site or fall season, if people are interested in coaching, either having a site at their school or hosting a site at their home or an alternate location like a church or a park, let us know. They can sign up. They need 2 coaches and a safe place. And the coaches do have to go through trainings, but we're doing that right now. Our site application and coach applications are open right now.
let's talk about your geography. What area is this? Just Lake County?
We serve 10 counties. Yeah, so Lake, Porter LaPorte, I'm going to remember this now, Newton, Jasper, Pulaski, Stark, Carroll, Benton, and White.
Okay.
All right. Well,
All
we're
those
staying
counties.
we at least cover those. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that people we're not stepping on another organization's toes. So
Yeah, and there's, like I said, there's councils across the country. So if any of your viewers are not in that area, there's 11 other councils that serve Indiana, and then there's councils in every other state.
awesome.
So there's bound to be one near you.
That's good to know. That's good. Great.
Absolutely.
Well, man, this has been great. Absolutely wonderful information. And so, wow, is there anything you want to add before we go?
No, I think that's it. I appreciate you guys and all your support. And we, appreciate all our supporters. Our goal is to continue to serve our girls and still be here when things, get back to the way they were before.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite the way they were before, but, as we ease back into new things, we need to be here. We need to be here to help our girls. So we will be here.
To your soiree again, because that thing
Yes.
kicked it. I mean,
So much fun.
It is so fun.
Some wild parties before, but that was
Any fancy party where I can wear my Hello Kitty tennis shoes, I'm good.
That's right.
That was fun. That was absolutely
Yeah.
fun. So we can't wait for you to be able to have one again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys
Like
know.
I said, what we do is we do some serious work. I mean, what we do is important and it's serious because we're talking about long-term health, mental health, physical health, emotional health of girls and who become women. And that's really important stuff, but we have a ton of fun along the way. And so the soiree is a part of that too. We like to have a good time.
Oh, boy, that was great. Great food, great company. It was, we got to see all sorts of people there that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So, well,
It's a fun party.
gosh, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming on and sharing all this with our viewers and listeners. And boy, good luck to you in this, and hope that you get a lot of stuff auctioned off and go on to the next step.
Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you.
7 o'clock next Thursday with a cocktail to cheer you all on.
We'll see you there.
Oh,
All
yes,
right,
she
sounds
will.
good. I will be.
All right, we'll say
Thank you
goodbye
so
for
much,
now.
Jill. Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye.
See ya.
This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by Sip Coffeehouse 2 in Highland, Indiana on Jewett Avenue. Great coffee, lattes, smoothies, and more. Food and treats you will adore. Small town charm with big city selection. It's Sip Coffeehouse 2. If it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch you need, Les Café is the place to go, indeed. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 days a week. Les Café Pancake House, located in Highland, Indiana on Highway Avenue. Les Café, where less is more. Promise You Art House, a fun and vibrant place for local artisans to display and sell their creative works, owned and operated by artists for artists. Conveniently located at 8830 Kennedy Avenue in Highland, Indiana. For hours and events, visit pyarthouse.com or follow them on Facebook. Promise You Art House, where creativity reigns.